All that connected. Okay. Okay. I think I'm live now, guys. We're going to hope. We're going to hope that I'm live now. I think I am. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, so we are live. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought my microphone had charged, but it was acting funny, and I didn't want it to die, or y'all wouldn't be able to hear me. So I went ahead and made sure that was charged. Let me make sure this is streaming YouTube. Give me just a second, y'all. All right, hang on. I'm gonna have to go in here and make it stream on YouTube. I don't know why it does this. Oh no, it says it's running. So okay, we're good then. Okay, as long as we're running. I don't know why that says no. Anyway, data. All right, now let me make sure I'm running on Facebook, and then we'll be good, y'all. Okay. Hi, Miriam. Okay, if y'all are coming in here and you want readings, you can go ahead and post your question. I Twitch stuff. Let me see. Okay, and if y'all see my stuff up on the screen like 3 times, it's because I'm on Twitch, Facebook, Rumble, YouTube. Okay. Okay, let's see. Not what I'm gonna do. Hang on one second, Miriam. And whoever's in here, I'm sorry I was late tonight. It was supposed to be a little bit earlier. I do usually later streams just because I do some in the morning too, and then later, just because I have people that are in the UK and India and stuff. So, all right, give me 1 second, Miriam. Let me figure out which cards I want to use. I want to get these out for people that want messages from loved ones. I'm going to use these two. Okay. Okay, and you want to know, was your connection with Irvin all in your head? Okay. Thank you, Miriam. While I'm shuffling them cards, I was doing something, see, and then I forgot I have ADHD, and I forgot exactly what I was doing too. And now I remembered. Is this thing trying to... What's going on with my mouse? 1 second. Oh, you know what? I hope these batteries aren't going dead. I've got to get some more batteries. See, I forget everything. I'm telling you. That's not what I want. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me do this before I forget, because I will. Okay. Okay, Miriam. So you want to know your connection with Irvin was all in your head. Okay. Make sure I... Okay. Find my camera. Okay. And I'm going to take that phone cam off just because it gets in the way whenever I am trying to see the cards, and that gets in the way of y'all seeing the cards. Okay. Stability. Okay. Okay. Well, it definitely looks like, and I'll go ahead and say this with the first card just because this one's going to stay the same no matter what the second card is. One of y'all manifested a relationship, prayed about it, really wanted it. Looks like it was you, because Nine of Pentacles is an independent female. The Ace of Pentacles is a manifestation at this point. Okay, so Okay. It looks like one of y'all, and I'm gonna assume it's you, was connected like to your creativity and to your spirituality as well. It looks like he may have been insecure. I don't think it was in your head, but I think he was maybe insecure. And I think that may have been what caused, like, either y'all not to, either you to separate or you to not get together all the way. And with the insecurities, of course, it may be him or it could be you maybe that felt maybe codependent. Do you feel like you had more feelings for him than he had for you? Yeah, because it looks like, and that may be the case because that card right there, Six of Swords, transitioning, trying to get away from a situation. And that's like two forces, opposite forces, like one's want this and the other one's want the other. So it looks like y'all tried to make it work or go forward, maybe. Yeah. And I don't know, and it could have been you maybe that was insecure, but whichever one was insecure, maybe had like, I don't really feel like it's dishonesty, but like a lack of accountability, maybe. And it could have been due to he was the one being insecure, yeah, and it could have been to abuse in relationships beforehand, people cheating on him or him. And even sometimes, honestly, it can stem from them being the cheater before and then them trying to be in a serious relationship and not being able to do it just because they know that what they've done to people. Yeah, and I mean, I honestly feel that maybe it was a little bit of both with him. With this high priestess being in reverse, it's like there's a secret that he's not telling about the reason he was insecure. And he didn't want to, he was running before he could even get the heartbreak, maybe, that he's put on people. Yes, and I don't know if I'm going to say your name right. Need to? Yes. Let me get done with Miriam, and then I will be right with you. Oops. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, you were trying to give and receive, but he was, I mean, it's like a competition challenge. He struggled. He was struggling with being in a relationship where he could find security. Lovers. Now, he may be able to. Let me see. Is he kind of the life of the party though? Like if y'all go somewhere, or like does he seem like I don't know how long you've known him, but like draw people to him, like sort of popular. If you go, people pay attention to him, or is that you? It could be you too. Because if I mean, looks shouldn't mean everything, but like if you're real pretty and people pay attention to you a lot of ways, it was like he was sort of jealous but insecure in that as well. Yeah, I think it is you because it's like he felt like he was competing with you, which is crazy, but that's the way I feel. Yeah, and I mean that's like a greed thing. It's greed and selfishness, but So the feeling I get is that he's used to being, not used to being the life of the party, but he feels like you get more attention than he does. I mean, and that's honestly, I know that sounds crazy, but that seems to be the issue. And it's going to be hard for anybody to have a relationship with him because he seems to find, and it may not have even that he was the one that's cheated before. It may just be that he's insecure about himself and just jealous, which, I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, it does make sense. I mean, because that's the feelings I was getting. I was like, it's kind of weird because it's more like he likes you, but he's jealous of you, which, yeah, that's, I'm not being mean. I'm just going to be honest. It seems like that's an immaturity trait. So I would probably steer clear of that until, because it's probably going to take that a little while to grow up. That's crazy to be in competition with somebody the whole time you're trying to care about them. That would be awful. Yeah, I mean, and some people are like that. Like they can't. I mean, they have to hold accountability. Like, and I know people go through things in their childhood, but still, when they get older, they know right from wrong. We've all had stuff in our childhood. My mom mentally abused me, but that don't mean I can just use that as an excuse to mentally abuse people. Just keep doing it. You have to heal. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think he wants to see you again, but you're going to have to be real careful because it's going to, like one of those things, because I think he really likes you, but his ego is going to get in the way. So even if it starts out okay, unless he's healed from that and got assistance with that, probably some kind of therapy, counseling, something to even finding something spiritually, that'll help him to gain confidence in himself. It's going to be hard for him to be in a relationship and probably even friendships because it seems like he's really jealous, whether he means to be or not. It just seems like he's jealous of everybody and everything. So yeah, I think you'll see him again. I just think that it's not going to work. Like if y'all are trying to do romantically, even friends, it may be hard because he doesn't see himself as worthy enough, or he needs some confidence. And sometimes that sounds like easy, like we can do that, but sometimes it takes more than just that. But yeah, I mean, I think you'll see him again. But and I'm not saying it would never work. I'm saying it's probably not going to work until he, has some kind of therapy, and then also make sure your ego's not getting in the way. Because sometimes when we get mad at people, it makes us feel good to bother them at their points. So to make him feel jealous, like if you get mad at him, it might make you feel good, but that's going to make it worse. And I've been there because I was one of those that you hit me at my point, I'm going to hit you at your point. But all that does is keep on causing arguments. So, but yes, and a lot of guys are immature. I mean, I'll be honest, there's females that are immature too. So, but yeah, but that's going to be a him problem that, you shouldn't have to dress yourself down or do things to make yourself feel not good about yourself to make him feel better. So, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. His resolution is going to be it's a him problem. He's got to figure that out. Hi, if you have a question, people coming in here, if you have questions or want a reading, then just put your questions in the chat. Oh, thank you. Well, sometimes, Miriam, honestly, like the other night I was doing a reading, and I guess people think that, like, there are like psychics because the people I watch and that look up to, like Ashley from the Reckoning Coast, she really is. I don't get visions a lot of times beforehand. Like it's not like I can see everything that's going on, you know what I mean? But when I start pulling cards, usually, I get strong feelings, but I'm not always right. But thank you for that. That makes me feel good because it's a lot to put yourself out here to come out here, And I've had people come in here just to do it too, and it made me feel bad. And this person said didn't know nothing, and find out they were going in everybody's chat that did tarot cards or site and told them the same thing. So, because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be messing up nobody's life. But there are sometimes I have to ask questions to get clarity. But thank you very, very much. Okay. Who is next? And y'all, I do free readings because I honestly feel this is my soul's calling. If you read the description on my thing, on all the platforms, I let everybody know that I don't mind doing free readings. I've had people ask where they could send donations to, so that's why I did put a link on there to Cash App and PayPal, but that's the only reason. The only thing that I do ask y'all to do is please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're not on YouTube platform, because that's the main platform that I use, literally I'm still getting up my watch hours, but I'm almost there. But that's exactly how I would make money. It's just YouTube paying me, which is fine. But I need y'all to like, share, and you don't have to subscribe, but if you choose to, that would be nice. But liking and sharing does help. So, oh God. And I put in my description the reason I do this, and it's because I was that person that was broken, that I didn't have anybody, and I was very, very depressed for a long time. So I've had people complain to me because I do shadow work readings that are 2 hours long, and I don't charge over $40 for any of my readings that I do. And these type of readings I don't charge at all. So I just don't, because I feel like this is my soul's calling. I don't have too many bills to pay, so I'm able to do what I do. That being said, just please like, share, those kind of things on the page. Oh no, yes, you're fine, Miss Nancy. I was just saying that for the other people that was in here. And I had a question earlier about it, so I was answering it. Give me just a second. And y'all, I'm trying to do these in order that I can see them. Who was next? Poonam, you're next. It looks like. And thank you, Ms. Nancy, for subscribing. And yes, ma'am, I remember you. Hang on. Yes, I see your question. There's one other person ahead of you, and that's what I'm doing now, is getting to it. I was on Miriam, and now I am on, I don't know if I'm saying the name right, Poonam, Poonam. Let me see. And the last 4 days, I'm not well. Not working. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm live. Okay, sorry. My fiance's coming in here. Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry about that. So the doctor gave you medicine and that's not working. Do you have asthma? Or is it a cold, or do they know? And yes, Miss Nancy, your question did post. I think. Let me make sure. You know what, Nancy? I don't think it did post. Repost your question. Because I don't see it, and I may have just missed it up there. But repost your question. You just got that all of a sudden? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what's going on. That's crazy. Okay, let's see. What is going on? Her health. Not able to breathe. And this just come on all of a sudden. Okay. Ways. Okay, this right here, this card, to me, that's you worrying a lot, because the sun card come up. So I do think you're going to be okay, but I can see and feel that you're worried about this and you not being able to get past it or over it. Let's see. Is there anybody in your life that is keeping you stressed out? That may be holding you back? Is there a job or somebody in your personal life? Exam, school, okay. That's why that's coming out. And then the 3 or more. Okay. Yeah, I think, and that's what this is. Yeah, it looks like, and when we worry and stress, it can bring on sickness. I cannot guarantee you that's what's wrong, but that's what this looks like. This is a lot of stress and worry. You are going to have to find some way to be able to relax. Stopping studying probably, unless you just feel like that's what you need to do, but I feel like it's not something you wanted to do, stop studying. I think you're just gonna have to find better habits to study and to handle the stress. Yeah, because see, this card here, this doesn't always mean this, but if you've been like, sometimes it's like a situation where it looks like something, but it's something else. But it also can be people indulging in something, whether it's alcohol for stress relief or anything like that. And if you're doing that, I wouldn't do that because that can be causing more stress. Yeah, you just need to speak about this with people. The King of Cups can be a father figure or someone like a father figure that you trust or a brother figure that cares about your emotions and cares about you, emotionally in every which way, and make sure you're talking about it. Also, sometimes just because test and school stuff can be an over emotional thing that sometimes we even have to do some therapy, because we worry and worry and worry. But make sure you're not putting everything off to the last minute when studying. Make sure that you're getting plenty of rest. Make sure that you're not, and I'm not saying you are out partying, but I'm saying make sure that you're doing what you need to do to have a clear mind to study, and then don't do it too much. Don't, you're going to have to find a balance in that. But that's what that looks like. That looks like what that breathing stuff and everything is coming from. And depending on if they gave you medicine for something like a sickness, it's not going to work because I think you're having anxiety attacks is what it feels like. It's, and I think you may have been worried too about that being something more serious. And then with everything else going on, I mean, like, if you were to start getting sick or something, definitely go back to the doctor. But it feels like it's panic attacks and stuff. I'm not always 100% right though. So, but yeah, and that being a government exam, I'm sure that just throws it over the top with panicking. It would me, just the word government would make me panic being an exam. Okay. And now I'm on your question, darling. Let me see. Why did that not? Give me just a second. Let me go back through my questions right here. You're welcome. If you have another question or think of something else, just put it in the chat. Okay. Okay, I found your question, and I don't know why. That's weird how that did that. Okay, so you want to know what's coming towards you in love. Let's see. I do know why your question did this, because I was typing and I sent a message, and I sent one probably when you sent yours, and that's why. Okay. Okay, let's see what's coming towards you in love. Well, if I can hold things here. Man, this camera not getting along today. There we go. Well, it looks like something that you're going to be celebrating with your home life, with personal life. Have you recently been going through any kind of conflict with someone, other breakups, or talking to somebody and then not talking to them for a reason? Or, okay. Okay, and it feels like you felt stuck, or that they were closed off to you and you were looking for a lot more by the world, and so closing that cycle with whoever that was good. Let's see what's coming up next. What can we know about love for her? What can we know about love? Well, there's the King of Cups, which is the King of Emotions. Okay, anybody that's come in here that put questions in, I will be right with you. I'm going in the order that they are, trying to go in the order that they're put up there. So it looks like you will meet someone that is balanced emotionally and that will care about you. It may be someone that's kind of opposite of you, but it looks like that's a good thing and it will go forward. Two, with this card can be the boredom card too, this Four of Cups. And if that person was like you, or not that you're boring, but most people don't want to be with somebody that's just like them, or that didn't have any interest that you did, you could have been bored with that as well. So it looks like this will be more spicy. That makes sense. Not only will they have emotional balance, but they will also have the logical side too, so the smarts as well. So it's like a good balance of all of it. This person will have mental clarity. It looks like you do as well with decision making. So I feel like you know exactly what you want, and that's the type of person you're going to want too. That you're kind of, more direct, and you know exactly what you want, and you're not wanting somebody that's iffy about what they want. Okay, you're struggling with it. I mean, okay, it's either one of two ways. Either this person has betrayed you before, because that's like 10 of swords. That's like stabbed in the back, like put a fork in me, I'm done. They've completely betrayed you, or they're going to. If they come back, or they've done it before already. It could be both too. I mean, they could have already betrayed you, and if you let them back in, that might happen again. And that could be what this is, avoiding that tower moment, because that being upside down, trying to avoid the tower moment. So if they haven't betrayed you, then I would be very careful letting them back in. Passive, this is like a passive aggressive, scattered kind of inner conflict. More like avoidant, trying to avoid conflict. And see this 10 of I'm doing the wrong camera too. This 10 of Pentacles, it's in reverse, and so it doesn't feel like this person is well rooted, well stable enough to have a rooted relationship. So that's what I was going to say. Let's see if we can see about, and I mean, I do see, because these cards, we were talking about someone new, but that was just a warning for the someone, because you started asking about him. Let's see. Now, this is the delay card, so I feel like it's not going to be right. This this 3 of Wands. So I don't feel like it's going to be right in the immediate future. And that may mean that you need some healing, or to work on, getting back loving yourself again. Yeah, it looks like you have maybe some repressed feelings you need to get back to make this come right side up, which is getting your intuition back. I don't know if this person beforehand, the one that we're talking about, I said would betray you, is tore you down to where you can't even tell how you feel, like your gut feeling. I feel like you feel a little confused on that. And again, this right here is like the perfect thing, because the King of Cups, emotional, the Ace of Swords, logic, which I feel like is a lot where you come from, logical, able to process your thoughts, but you also need the emotional side too. And it looks like that'll go forward, and that will interest you more, and it won't be a heartbreak that way. Let me see. Like I said, I just don't feel like it's going to come all at once or just right away. Yeah. First of all, you need to break free from your mental strain that you have going on with yourself, because I think this person that we were talking about brought you down a little bit and made you second guess yourself. Yeah, that 3 of Cups in reverse. Disloyalty, betrayal, rejection. He's made you second guess yourself. So yes, I believe someone new will come in your life. I do think that it's not going to be right away, because I think you need to heal yourself from the damage that this person has done to you. Get your intuition and your confidence back up, and your self-worth back up. And then I think that you will have better luck with the next person, and also it will let you manifest and bring that person into your life, if that makes sense. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, and we always do. And I just tell people this, because I used to think that we weren't supposed to grieve people even if they were bad to us. Okay. Just like when someone passes away, people can't tell you how you're supposed to grieve. Whenever a breakups happen, people can't tell you how you're supposed to grieve. Even if they were the worst person to you, if you don't grieve these people, this is what I've learned. If you don't grieve these people, have your time, being depressed about them, whatever, just going ahead and crying and getting it out, then they're going to end up back in your life until you grieve them. Because to me, the grieving process is the final letting go. And as crazy as this sounds, they have songs about this, and I know everybody's like, whatever, but it does. You will cry, and then you'll wake up a week later or 2 weeks later and realize one day, hey, I hadn't cried all day today. And that's when you know your grieving process is getting better and that you're emotionally healing. But it doesn't, people will tell you you shouldn't grieve somebody, they didn't love you. That does not matter, because it matters if you love them. And whether they're going to grieve you or not, that does not matter. For you to heal, you have to grieve. So even if they were bad to you, know the reason you don't need to go back to them, but let yourself be sad. Not forever, and not in a way that's harmful to you, but in a way to grieve. I used to do that all the time. I'm 41, and I did that up until the past 10 years. And even with people that passed away, and everybody in my family is dead, really. Everybody, my mom, my dad, uncles, aunts, grandparents. It's been that way since I was in my 20s. So I didn't. Yeah, and it does. It does, and it will, and it's that scary feeling too. And I remember those, like, what am I supposed to? Because you get so used to being around a person, even if you don't date them for very long, if you see them a lot or really, really want them and feel feelings, even if it's stronger than what they feel, then it's a scary thing, and I think that's normal. Yes, yes, and you just have to, you may have to not talk to them if they're contacting you and you're trying to grieve. You can't respond because it's going to put you back in that vulnerable place, and you can't fix other people. The only thing you can do is fix you, and if the other person's not healthy for you to be with, then it's just not healthy. Okay, let's see. Okay, Altar 30. You're looking to know where the connection. Okay, knock the energy that was in that out. Yes, ma'am, you're welcome. Okay, the connection. Okay, give me just a second. Let me get these cards shuffled. Better than what they were. These are bigger than my hand. Some of these things they look wore out. I beat them, shuffling them. My cards start looking wore out after I've had them for 2 months because of the way I shuffle them, I think. Anybody else is coming in here? I did get on late. I usually get on twice a day. I'm in the U.S., but I get on during the evening or nighttime for my people in Europe and India and everywhere. I was late tonight because my microphone did not want to charge, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm ADHD. I usually have some kind of mess. It's not an excuse. I'm just going to tell them myself. Usually, I have a mess somewhere. Okay, so anybody coming in the chat? I'm on Altar 30, and then I'm trying to go in order. I may miss one, but I'll always go back. If you do write a question as you see that I missed you, just let me know. But you can go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I just ask that y'all please like and share. And if you want to subscribe, you can. You don't have to, but liking and sharing helps. And if you're on a different platform than YouTube and you can get to YouTube, I think my name, there should be a link to YouTube, but it's just Deception Dismantled. That is my main platform. And I'm still getting up my watch hours on that. They're almost there, but okay. But liking and sharing on any of the platforms you're on helps me too. Okay. Make sure these things are shuffled because they get all kind of. My hands don't work. Okay, we're doing that again because that's driving me crazy. Okay. They get all together. My hand will work. Okay. Okay, now let's find out what the connection. Okay, where does the connection? Where will this connection go? The connection is. Well, I done hit a keyboard through the thing and hit okay. Okay, looks like one of y'all are getting more clarity on what you want in relationships, and it could be both of y'all, but it looks like before now, there was some kind of anxiety or whatever about whether it could be with just talking with each other even. But that looks like that's being let go of. That's the Lovers, which is what would represent y'all. It looks like one or both of y'all have had betrayal in the past, so betrayal, it looks like, and maybe problems with insecurity, financial insecurity. This could have been even in the family or other relationships. Okay. Okay, but the Sun card did come out, so that's a good thing because that means that everything is getting better. Oh, y'all cut off for 20 days? Okay, so y'all were having, okay, or there was issues going on with that. Okay, but the Sun card comes out, so it looks like things get better. They either are, they're going to. Intuition needs to be trusted. Your gut feelings, you need to make sure that you're paying attention to those, not ignoring them. That is the way you bring truth to yourself, truth to everything. Make sure that y'all are talking and being fair to each other. And self-cup of love. Y'all need to make sure that you have a self-cup of love before you can love each other, you know. Yeah, that's what I was saying with the Sun. Either y'all are or y'all will be in contact again. And it looks like it will go okay, like I said, but just make sure that you're trusting your intuition. Like if you or your partner, you know, have a gut feeling about something, it looks like one or even both of y'all are still holding back even, or that may have been what caused this 20-day thing. Make sure you're speaking your truth, you know, your justice, your truth, and sharing your emotions, but keeping a self-cup of love for yourself too. So if one or both of y'all are overdoing it, trying to help the other one with everything emotionally, it could be making the other one lack. So that Justice is a fair balance card too. Because if not, then it's going to cause grief, loss, and despair, you know, and regret in the relationship. Yeah. See, this is the Six of Pentacles is the balance, the giving and receiving card. That's both. I mean, it's a partnership. It takes giving and receiving on both ends in a fair way. With this card, I think this is just like you hearing about the lesson, you know what I mean? Because if you don't give and receive, then it makes the other one doubt or have a lack of faith if it's not balanced, because one feels like they're doing more than the other. And, you know, that gets, after a while, it seems repetitive and it takes strain on the relationship. Yep, exhaustion, burnout, that's what it does to a relationship. Exactly. Let's see. Whoops. Make sure that again, truthfulness, because it looks like with y'all, there's things like one of y'all may feel stuck at one time, you know, when the other one's not, or again, I just get the feeling like one of y'all feel like, look, I'm giving all this, but they're not even looking at it, or maybe I didn't do this, but I'm trying to hand them something here and they're not looking at it. So it's like giving the balance. And this is like the passion card. I mean, you know, I think you are passionate about each other, and passion's fine, but you have to go beyond passion. And when we're talking about passion, I mean, that's physical contact. And this is what I tell people. If people would have told me, and we're all adults, so I'm just going to say the word sex before marriage. And the reason, I'm not even going to say before marriage, but the reason teenagers don't is because anybody can have a physical relationship. I learned that a million times over. And we all think our passion, our emotions from that passion get in the way, and we think everything's going to be perfect. And then we learn we cannot even talk to the people, carry on a conversation, or have an argument without it going kaput. So I so wish they would teach in school that the reason is anybody can have a physical relationship. I think they need to teach the teens how to have emotional bonds with people and how to have conversations with people. Because I think passion gets in a lot of our ways. And I mean, it's good that we have passion, but I think that's why the divorce rate is so high and people are unaliving their spouse and everything else because they get into a committed relationship and sometimes people can't see a way out except, which I don't know why, but that's what they do. This card just come out while I'm saying this unhappy family, that's upside down. And that's what causes the unhappy families because passion babies get made and then there's that. And then you can't even stand that person really, you find out. And it would have been so much easier to find out that y'all couldn't carry on a conversation 2 years before that. And it's not just, I'm not saying you, I'm saying people in general. I feel that's the way we do things now. And we are emotional beings, so we do think with our emotions, but I try when I'm talking to teens and stuff, let them know instead of just saying, don't do this before just because I say so or just because you're too young, because that's not the reason. The reason is because anybody can have a physical relationship. The key is, can you have an emotional one? Can you have an emotional conversation? Can you have a conversation? Can you have an argument and it not end things or make y'all hate each other? Yeah, and if you are pushing, and that may be why, and the other one's not ready, then it's not going to work. And I don't know how long y'all been seeing each other or talking to each other, but that's probably why that passion card come out too. Because you can't make somebody, and they could have been burnt on the intimacy thing. That is important in relationships. I think it gets put as the most important thing, and that is why relationships don't work. And I'm telling you that's why, because it is important, but it's not the most important. And I mean, I hear you saying y'all vibe and stuff, so I don't know what the deal is with that part. But if the other one's not ready, then, you know, y'all are going to have to figure out how to work that one out over a year. And there may be a reason, you know what I mean? So, that moon coming out in reverse, that may be some of the honesty that's coming out, and maybe they'll actually tell you why. And those are personal reasons, especially when it comes to intimacy. But the thing is, y'all gonna have to be truthful with each other about it. So, and that is the whole thing, because if it's been that long and they're not wanting to be the person, then there's maybe something, a big reason why. So, honesty, being able to trust each other to tell each other personal things or things that they may be ashamed of or embarrassed about, or something could have happened they couldn't even help, but they still feel ashamed. That's got to be able to be talked about. Okay, I hope that helps some. Okay, who was next? Lily of the Valley, if you have a question, you're welcome. If you have a question, Lily of the Valley, you can post it. I saw where you say hello. I just didn't see the question exactly. Oh, yes, that is a fine question. I have people ask me what kind of questions they're supposed to ask, and it's like whatever you want to know. But that is actually a good question. What kind of energy do you give off to your friends and family? Just a second. Let's shuffle these. Actually, I'm going to use different cards. Okay, we're going to use these cards. Okay, Lily of the Valley wants to know what kind of energy does she give off to her friends and family? Oops. Page of Wands. What is your and I do know some astrology. I don't know a whole lot, but what is your sign? Husky dog energy. Well, they see you as having a fiery energy, like wands. This is Page of Wands, and that is a fiery passion. Yep, Sagittarius. Okay, yeah, that's hang on, let me see something. Seven of Pentacles. You work hard. um they feel like you work hard, that you're a hard worker. That Seven of Pentacles says that. I'm going to turn these toward the camera so you can see them, so they don't look like they're upside down to you. Give me just a second. I'm fixing to. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Sparkly like a firecracker, lively and gravitating quite easily toward the center of attention. Yeah, they feel like you're fiery. Most time you probably have quick wit that's funny, but you can be a smart butt if you need to be. And bubbly, yeah, and loyal. Sagittarius are usually, I mean, most of them are pretty loyal. Any sign can actually be a not a good person, but speaking, yes, a loyal but fiery, not probably don't hold back a lot. Like say what you say, say what you say, and mean what you say. But not in a bad way, in a bubbly way, and try to be nice. But it just probably just comes out the way you think about it. King of Wands, that's more wands, so that's more fiery. And that's more like the center of a, like if you go to a party or something. Most Sagittarius are pretty or very well looking, nice looking, well looking, nice looking, well dressed, and even if they don't mean to, people like them. People are gravitated toward them. Yeah, and that, yeah, you're social. They're very social, and people gravitate towards you. Like even if you don't mean to them to, they just do. Most people like you. It's like the life of the party. But you have a truthfulness to you, a balance to you. What you want in the world is fairness. You speak up for things that aren't fair, and you're not scared to do it. This Four of Pentacles is you hold the things that you value close to you. It's not a greed thing, but the things, your knowledge, you find valuable, even your social skills, your looks, everything that you find valuable, you hold close to you. And it doesn't mean like looks like you're petty about it. I'm saying most Sagittariuses are like, have a certain way people should, like clean looking, present yourself in public in a decent way is what I mean by that. But you hold your family, like the loyalty thing. You're very, yeah, loyal. You hold those things close to you. Yeah. You value your family, your friends, and your hobby. So you value people around you, and you value yourself and what you like to do and find it important. And you probably are not going to be with somebody that does not find what you find important. Yeah, you probably make a lot of people sad just because they won't have a chance with you, because it can be intimidating, Sagittarius, sometimes, but not to the right people. It's intimidating because you know what you want what you want, and you're not going to settle. It's not that you don't feel bad for people, but you're less likely to date someone just because you feel bad for them if you think that it's not going anywhere. Like if y'all don't have the same values, you're just going to be honest and be like, look, to hurt your feelings is better that it hurts it for a minute than hurt it for, years, because I've done tried to date you and it's not going to work. And I know it's not. You know what you want. High Priestess, and you have intuition on that. You are very confident in that. You are able to connect spiritually. Yeah, I mean, you just believe in what you believe in. Your values are what they are. Nobody has to ask because it's very well thought. It's not like, I wonder what she, because or he, with any of that. They know, and that's what can be intimidating. Now, I will tell you, the devil come out, and the reason I'm going to say this, and this may not be you, a lot of Sagittariuses, though, because people are intimidated by them, even though you have that self-confidence, the social part of it sometimes can make addictions and different things like that. And I'm not saying that you do have that. I'm just saying that Sagittariuses are known for that. I do know that part of it, because of their passion. I mean, really, and they're social. Yeah, and I mean, and it's not just because you're too happy; it's because you're confident and you know what you want. Um, a lot of Sagittariuses that have those problems are, if you look at Hollywood, the stars and stuff like that, a lot of those are the Sagittariuses that have the addiction problems. I think it's because they're not able to live out their truth honestly, and they really can't be a true Sagittarius and be fiery because somebody's always telling them what to do. So, but usually when I'm reading a Sagittarius, the devil card always comes out. And that's why, just because um, it's known that they have, and some of them, it's not drug addiction. Some of them have clothes addictions or things like that. So, but it didn't make me nervous coming out because anytime I have reading a Sagittarius, I swear it comes out. Page of Swords, that's truth. I mean, that's just somebody that is loyal, going to be there for you, will fight for you if they need to, they need to. Even if you're wrong, if they care about you, they will get you away from the people you're fighting with. Even if they're taking up for you, they will in front of everybody. When they get you by themselves, they're going to tell you, do not ever do that again because you were wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. But you're going to be loyal, especially around everybody else, that maybe fighting them. It's like you can tell them off, but nobody else can. So that's still the fairness coming out. Money, yeah, that can be. And Sagittarius is sometimes, yeah. Because some people think addictions are just this and that and the other, or drugs or alcohol, and it's not. Money, things like that can be. So that's about the only thing that I tell people really to be careful and watch out about is that. But most of the time, as long as you know that and you can see and admit that's what you're doing, you can get control over it. It's the people that don't think they have a problem with anything at all that usually keep a problem. But yes, I can feel all that about you with your energy, all that fiery energy. That husky dog thing was cute, I guess, because I think what they're trying to say is that you're sweet to the people you love, but you'll attack if you need to the people that, mess with the ones you love. So I guess that's the good things. Yes, and buying things for other people still can be an addiction, yes, because the people you love, yes. I've heard that too. My friend is a Sagittarius and she's like that. Like she spends on everybody else. She don't spend on herself. She will spend on everybody else. But as long as you know that you have, you might overdo that sometimes, then you won't lose control of it. It's like I said, it's being able to admit, hey, I know that I do this, so I have to watch it. But yeah, I'm an Aquarius and I do a lot of that spending, like, on people too. I also do the carry something around forever and then decide I don't want it. I don't know if I want it, but I don't really want to spend the money on it. Like I'm like that too. But Aquariuses speak a lot of truth and want a lot of balance too. But where y'all are social, I'm more antisocial. And it's weird because I was not, and then I was because I got burnt. But I still always liked my alone time. I would still pull inward. But as I've gotten older, I truly match the Aquarius. Everything you can read about the Aquarius, I match it. It's silly. I mean, I just never paid attention to that stuff like that. And this stuff is crazy how accurate it can be. Very, to me. It just surprises me still. Yes, and that will too, defending people that you love because you're trying to protect her. Um, oh girl, that's a mix in your family. Yeah, not all look, these signs, we all have issues, you know what I mean? But not all Geminis are bad. Like it doesn't, people say, well, I'm this because that my sign is all bad. No, not everything is bad. Each sign has got stuff and it doesn't always work exactly that way. There's Aquarius people that have addiction. I mean, that can be any sign. Some things are just more prominent than others in that. And it can be the silliest things. But yes, you do have a mixture going in your family, Taurus. That's got to be interesting. But I know plenty of Geminis that are good people. They really fight themselves most of the time. That's their fall. And they seem to do it worse than anybody else that I've seen. I'm taking astrology classes now, learning astrology is like a lot. There's so much that goes into astrology. I didn't realize how much goes into it. Yeah, and that makes sense to you being but Gemini's a lot of time they're family oriented, and really all the signs can be. But to me, the Geminis I do know are family oriented, but like I said, a lot of them fight themselves, and that's not in all cases, but a lot of them do. I feel like they fight themselves. But that is an interesting mix, and yeah, that's an interesting mix. And that was actually a really good question that you had. That was actually really, really good. Okay, y'all, I don't know who else is in here. I have to run to the restroom real quick. So I'm going to mute this microphone so that way if the dogs bark, it won't kill y'all's ears. But I have to go pee pee. If I don't, then I'm going to have a problem. I've had kidney stones since I was 16, and I don't do good at holding it. I will be right back. I'm going to put some in chat so people know if they come in afterwards. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I don't know if anybody's posted a question, but I will see in just a second. My fiance, of course, had to ask me 15 questions. Y'all give me one more second. If y'all have questions, you can go ahead and ask them. I'm just putting this on mute because I'm trying to find my fiance's paper thing he was looking for. Okay. And when I respond to something and it puts up like 4 different people, it's me. It's because my name on Facebook, on Twitch, on Rumble, and on YouTube. They're all, one of them's Deception Dismantle, the other one is Echoes of Clarity. So that's why I just combined the names. Okay, what? I want to fix that stream element thing too. I forgot I had that on there. The bell thing's driving me crazy. Oh, I forgot I didn't hit that camera. Lord have mercy. No wonder. I was like, what is wrong with that? Well, it's because I turned the camera off. Or I hit it. Okay. These cards, I don't know how many. I didn't put a thing up before I come in here because I know I was going to change the time and I forgot. I meant to go through my list and see, because India has a different time than now. I know I had a couple from the UK the other night, and then this one lady from India. I think India is like a whole 12 hours or whatever ahead. I think the UK is only 7 hours or 8 hours ahead of here, but it's already 2:05 in the morning here, so. Yes, you can, Lily. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Yeah, y'all can ask as many questions as you want to. I just tell people, like, if there's people asking, just to ask one question at a time and then, just put it after theirs. That way I can get to everybody. But at 2:05 in the morning, yeah, we're not going to have a whole lot of people in the U.S. probably coming in here. And I don't know if I didn't look to see what time it was in India either. Before I did this. Okay, what can you improve on to and how to become a better person? Okay. Making sure the swords are truthfulness, but it's also thoughts and thinking and logical thinking. So, and I feel you do have logic too. Just make sure you know that you, in all situations, passion. A lot of times when we have a lot of passion, we think with our emotions, and we don't use logic sometimes, and we just have to remember to use logic, because it's a well balance of all of them. Um, and it looks like the Three of Pentacles is about a group, but usually the Three of Cups is more the group of friends, like going out partying. The Three of Pentacles is usually because pentacles are something of value. They can be money or knowledge. It looks like, I don't know if you're in school. If you're in school, you're going to be working with people, which you probably will have to take a leadership role in. That was probably your thing. Or at work, you're going to be put in a group of three or more. It can be three, it can be more of people. And it's upright, so it's a positive thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, planning things, yeah. That's the passion probably in you getting excited like that. Yeah, I can see that. Um, and if it's not work or school, like you could just be working with a group of friends, even, but it'll be on a project or something that's valuable or of knowledge. Um, I mean, that could be a trip because you can learn things off trips. It can be anything like that. Swords. Make sure, because sometimes fiery personalities, people, even though you're not a bully or whatever, because some people are jealous and intimidated, just make sure with big passion that you don't need to dim your light any to try to make somebody feel better because they have issues with their own self, the reason they don't feel or the reason they feel intimidated by you. But make sure that the other people don't feel under you. And it's not even that Sagittarius is and anybody with a lot of passion means to do that. Sometimes it just happens and they don't realize it, but people don't talk. And so they don't know or realize. So I would just make sure that you're using your intuition on any feelings you get. Now, if they have issues and they're jealous of you and feel bad, then you don't dim your light to make them feel better because that's not going to help them. And then, oops, I'm sorry. The Four of Wands, that celebration. So, like I said, either, and if you're looking for a job or something, then that's going to come. Or this three, it could even be going into business with people, even, but it looks like it's going to be a celebration. This also, this Five of Swords could mean that one of the people you're working with may feel a little bit intimidated by you, but this Four of Wands, it's like that's like a home, either coming home or a celebration, um, positiveness. In this situation, I feel like it's a celebration. So I feel like you're able to handle things whenever people feel a little bit intimidated by your passion, if that makes sense. You're looking for a job, yeah. I think you're going to find one where most people work with three or more people when you work, but it may just be that you're working with three or more people, but I believe that you're just going to be closely with three or more people that you're working with, probably three at least that you're working with closely. Um, there's your Page of Wands. That one has represented you since we started reading about you, your fire knitedness, and your passion. Yeah, but it looks like, I mean, I think you'll give a job. and it'll be good. You're going to be good at it. There's always judgment in the workplace, so don't let that bother you. Like I said, do not let people's judging you, especially at work, feel like you have to dim your light. A lot of times when this happens, people do that because they know they have a lot of passion. They know that they're good at stuff because you are passionate about things. And so I think you're going to be very, very good at this job really quick. I mean, that's really what I'm seeing with this because it's like boom, 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 celebration, And so you're going to have eyes, of course, always looking because people are jealous. Some people just don't want to work that hard. Some people will be like, this girl just come in and just like, what is going on? Is she going to take my job? She's better. Yeah, you shouldn't dim your light because of that. Um, Communication, just letting them know, look, I feel like you feel whatever about me. I'm not here to take anybody's job. I'm just passionate about doing my job. And that's all you have to say. Um, yeah, that sad squirrel lets me know that this happens really quick. And it's nothing you're doing on purpose or that you do wrong. It's just you're going to be good at what you're doing. So it's going to make people judgmental and upset with you for the wrong reasons because that's how people are. And this death card does not mean death. This is like, I feel like it's just another warning to be careful. You're not the one that needs to go through like a death and rebirth transformation. These people are. Yeah, and most people are going to think that your coworker thinks you're great and hardworking because true coworker or people that don't have a lot of issues with jealousy and stuff are going to be glad they have a coworker that works hard because it makes their job easier. But um, in jobs, I just think it's real important to tell you that I don't feel like this is anything you're doing wrong or doing even on purpose. There's just people that, when you're good at stuff, are going to be jealous. And like I said, this seems like go into this job or whatever, and it is boom, boom, boom. You're very, very good at it. So it may even be a promotion that you get. You start a job, and bam, it's a promotion because there's a celebration there. So, um, and it looks like maybe right before the celebration or whatever, people start looking or feeling. You see the big, and I've got these cards turned where they're upside down to you, but like that's a big person, that's a little person. It's not that you feel like that about yourself or that you think you're better than anybody. It's just how people act when they're jealous or they just don't understand something. And so that's where I feel it could cause you problems, which I'm glad you asked about this because people have given up jobs that they're very good at because of those kind of problems. You just have to keep your confidence, make sure you're handling stuff on top of, don't just let stuff go. If anybody even if it's stupid threats like, I'll get your job or anything, make sure that you're staying on top of it because of the way people are very deceitful. But as long as you know that you're doing the right thing, yeah, because these people are the ones that need a transformation. They need to get their stuff together. The hangman, you are able to see things in a clear way outside of the box where they're not able to. And that's a lot of people's problem because they have one way of thinking. Yeah, so in that, this Seven of Wands is like a defense card, like stand your ground, stand your defense, even over that thin wire, stand up for yourself as long as you know what you're doing is right. You're doing your job. You shouldn't have to try to be less good at your job or do less in performance to make other people happy. Two of Cups, and that's a connection. So I think if you do that, and it may be rough, that death card could be like even a transformation for you just dealing with these type people. It could be that, and you learn more how to deal with them in a logical sense, which is a good thing. But the Two of Cups is like a rekindling type card or a getting along. So I think that you're still going to come out on top, and it will actually weed out the people that probably don't need to be there, but it will make your connections with some of these people stronger even. And usually, I just feel like you have a lot to offer. I feel like you actually have a lot of logical with your passion. And so, whatever this job is, you are going to look, and there's a happy family card, 10 of Cups. Yeah, whatever this job is that you're going to be getting, whatever you're looking for and you end up getting, girl, and this is going to lead you right on into your happy family. You know what I mean? Stable life, stable family, the kids, the car, the whole darn thing, the Shania Twain song, all of that. Yeah, it just leads you. And then you may meet someone that could mean you're going to meet someone at the job. It doesn't mean right away or anything, but I'm saying though, that job, I think, whatever this job is, opens up a lot, teaches you a lot, and keeps you grounded and everything. So that's actually exciting. So, Ms. Lily, I hope that I thought that was a good reading. I was excited about that one. So I hope that helps too, and hopes that it helps guide you through some of the rough patches, scenarios that come up. Because anytime you're real good at something, or even real passionate about something, there's usually somebody that wants to knock you down. Okay. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, whatever this is, and I don't know the time length on it. I don't feel like it's too long, but I do feel like once you get in there, whatever this is, you're going to be very good at it, and that's going to go fast. Like it's going to be like, whoa. And I think the company will be that way too with you. Okay, and who was this? Arisha. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. And let's see. Give me just a second. I'm getting your question. Okay, does Otis still like me? Things upside down. Let me turn them every which way in a minute. Okay. Does Otis still like me? Yeah, Arisha wants to know if Otis still likes her. Okay. Well, source. Okay. Give me just a second. Let me get a couple more cards. Then I'm going to drop them all on the floor. I mean, on the table. Okay. Ow. So it looks to me that, do y'all have the nostalgia cards in here? Do y'all have a little bit of history? It looks like you're the logical one. That's your history, and he is the materialistic one, the one that can mean finances. It can mean something of value, material things, the worldly things of value. It looks like you're truth and logic, and he is cares about his money, cares about his material things. You haven't contacted in 2 months. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it looks like both of y'all are thinking about each other with that 6 of Cups card, because that is the nostalgia card, the memory card. Okay, so 4 of Cups. Cups are emotions. So one of you felt like there's like 3 empty cups sitting there, And it's like one person is kind of coming up behind, kind of giving a cup, but the other one, they're not they're not seeing it, they're not wanting it, there's still something that is missing. So I feel like that one of you felt you were giving, and the other one felt it wasn't enough, and that looks like it has to do with emotions. Um, and honestly, I'm not sure which one, since your logic and he's pentacles, and it could be both actually. And it was long distance, so it was hard. Okay. Let me see. The Tower, I don't know why. So that's fighting. Swords. Oh, that one's already up. Okay, yeah, and it looks like something falling apart, crashing down, which would be all not talking and, going without talking, breaking up, whatever. Fighting, were you insecure with it being long distance, or was he insecure? I kind of feel like with it being swords, did you feel sort of insecure? Because that's the Nine of Swords is kind of being trapped in your own head, like insecurity, things like that. Eight of Pentacles is working hard at something. So, I mean, I think that there's hard work put into the relationship. But since it was long distance, Page of Swords is like bringing a message. I feel like there was insecurity and like somebody feeling like they did have to spy or was spying or asking other people that was around um, the person more questions, trying to figure out. Okay. He was impatient and you were insecure. Okay. Okay. And he got injured. So are you saying he come to where you were, like closer to you, from it being long distance, but he got injured? Or he was supposed to come in March, but he got injured? An athlete, so his injury was really bad for him. Okay. Okay. That may be where, okay, so working in the tower, working hard. The Devil, Page of Wands. Passion. The match is in March and we have plans since November. Okay, I got you. Okay. Yeah, and it looks like his sport and his matches and stuff are important to him. He has a lot of passion. That's what made him happy. There also looks like there's a third party involved, where one of y'all seeing someone else too. Yeah, because that's a balance card right after it. So, was he talking to someone else? Are you talking to someone else? Or that may be now, like you're asking the questions, are y'all going to talk again? there may be someone else involved now too, either on, I don't know if that's his or your side, but it's trying to balance, trying to figure out this Three of Swords right here is usually heartbreak, but in this case, because these are um, not just the regular tarot cards, it's like they're trying to figure out what they want with that third party involvement, or they're taking a shot to see if that's going to turn into something. Okay, so he may be seeing yeah, I feel like I think that you have a lot of truth and logic, but he may be still looking for like a not a party girl, but more of a social party kind of girl. And he felt you were more like, I know this is gonna sound crazy, like the Marion mother type, and he's not looking. I don't think he's looking for that right now. I think he's just looking to have fun still. That's what it seems like. Um, he feels like you're somebody he can marry, but you know, that would be Three of Wands, like him looking in the future. So y'all may get back together in the future, but I feel right now he's not looking for serious. Um, yeah, that hermit, he'd rather stay single and just have the party girl, you know what I mean, instead of trying to get something serious right now. So, yeah, Knight of Swords, fast movement, you know, he is mainly looking for, I don't want to say one night stands, but like not anything serious right now. He's not ready to lay all that down. You know, he's not ready to be committed, basically. Yeah, he's still trying to see what's out there in the world for him, to see, you know, exactly what he wants to do before he settles down, basically. So he saw you as someone he could be committed to, but right now it was intimidating to him because he doesn't want to be that serious. He already has to be serious about sports and stuff, so he's not looking for a relationship. Probably because he has to work real hard at, and he doesn't have time. Um, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles is usually an independent female, and that's what he sees you as, independent. You know, like you have your stuff together and all that. That could have been intimidating for him. Um, like I said, it looks more like he wants to party. Eight of Swords. Yeah, and he felt trapped. He felt trapped. Okay, let me go the cards. Yeah. So that I think was just telling me the story of right now, or you know how he was feeling trapped because he didn't want to be committed. He's already committed to sports, and that takes up a lot of his time. So give me just a minute, and we'll pull some cards to see if we can see anything about y'all's future. Now, I will tell you sometimes it's hard to tell or see, you know, because energies change, and so anything can change. But I will see if we can get any kind of hints. I don't feel like he hates you or is mad at you like that. I just feel like he is not ready to settle down, but he did see you as someone that, you know, would settle down. Um, and that's the type of energy I have from you. Not that you don't go to parties or anything, but just that you're not wanting a one night, you're wanting a serious relationship or something that will turn into something serious. Okay, let's see. Will they talk again? Oops, will they talk again, or what can we know that will happen in the future? Okay. Six of Wands is a celebration. So let's see what else this is. World. Okay. I do think that there's a really good chance y'all will. Like I said, energies can change though. Different things can happen. So of course, I mean, I can't guarantee it. I do feel like it's not going to be right away. I feel like he's got to go fight his battles that he's fighting, with his matches, whatever, he's doing. But that is a celebration card. That's a world card. That's like the completion. It can be the completion of school. It can be the completion of a life cycle. So this may be saying, like, if he's in school and college or something, that it may be one of those things that it's after he's done with that, or after he's done with this part of his life. The Fool, let's see. Yeah, he's still naive to a lot of things, like immature, naive to a lot of things. Cups. And I think that if you stay there for him emotionally, like not harassing him, you know what I mean, but stay there so that he feels like you're loyal emotionally. That also does not mean give up any kind of good time. You can't just sit and wait on him. But it looks like that's a fulfilling moment. Queen of Wands, King of Swords, and then also kind of, I think you're logical and you're very, I guess, maybe strict on yourself, on schedules, on this, on that. It might take a little bit of lightening up, to not be as serious. Yeah, because it looks like that's a little bit of the judgment that he has on you, is that you're just too serious about life, if that makes sense. Oh, no wonder these cards come out like that. I was trying to figure out why that was like that. So he is like 29. Yeah. So I get a lot of immature vibes. That makes a little bit of sense now. Okay. Because it's like the Queen of Cups come out, and that's like a motherly card. But it was weird because of the pages come out with it. And I was like, what in the world? And it's because you are so much more mature, like, and he's older, but his energy is coming off like he feels like your energy is like a mothering thing to him, because he still wants to be doing things that people your age do. So that's why I was like, this is backwards. But I also feel like he may be, you're going to have to keep your self cup of love in this, your self love, because I feel like that he may be trying to, even if he's not talking to you now, keep you around till when he does want to settle down, if that makes sense. Like, he don't want you now, but he don't want you to be with anybody else. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's literally the Emperor. Yeah, like what I'm getting from him, the energy, the Emperor coming up. Yeah, he is trying to, or will try to control the narrative in this, like, and control the angel, which I feel like is you. That's what that's representing. so that you don't go out with anybody else, but he's still doing what he wants to do, but so that he has you where he wants you for when he wants you there, but he's going to still do what he wants to do. Yeah, that is a sneaky card, like a deceitful card. So I would just be real careful. Y'all will probably talk again. I'm sure he will talk to you again, but I just, that, and especially that Seven of Swords card coming out, that's like a deceitful type thing. Yeah, and that card there, like, he's just looking at a cup, but there's really like a fish in it. So things aren't what they seem. So if he starts talking to you, it may be that way. Things aren't what they seem. You'll think, oh, yeah, he's ready to settle down. And he could even be telling you that, but he's still doing what he wants to do. You know, um, yeah, King of Wands, he still wants to be the social life, the center of attention, that kind of thing. And he wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to balance both of those together. So you just be very careful with him, because I really feel like he would be telling you, yes, I've settled down. Um, but that Emperor card is a steady card. Upside down, it is a controlling card. And I think it's like flip flopping with him, with you. Like, he wants to appear as the one that's in control of his life and the man that would take care of everything. But really, he wants to control you, so, or control the situation so that he can do what he wants to do, still be the King of Wands, which is the life of the party, but have you thinking something is one way, but it's not, to keep you close. And it could be the emotional support you give him, it could be whatever. Yeah, that's a sad squirrel. So, yeah, I would just be very careful with him. It seems like he's well, it seems like definitely he's immature, still wants to be the life of the party, whatever kind of player thing he can be, and still have you doing what he wants you to do. I know. Yeah, he's literally touching 30 like grow up. And honestly, if he's that age and haven't, I'm not going to say it would never work. I'm just saying that I would not um, even waste my time with that, because you deserve better than that. And especially if he's going to lie. And it would not be a big deal if that deceitful card wouldn't come out. And I just feel like he's going to tell you whatever so he can get whatever it is he's wanting from you and to keep you where he wants you, but he's still going to be doing the same things, because either he gets off on that. It's not that he don't know what he's doing, because he fully knows what he's doing. I feel like he's got some sort of issue where that's that. But it ain't even worth that. You know what I mean? Being miserable and dealing with that. If y'all aren't talking now, I would go ahead and grieve my losses and go on with it. That way, and if you know he's a player, then yeah, and that's the vibes I was getting from these cards. I was like, yeah, he's gonna be, and it's his ego apparently he needs to feel or whatever. So yeah, I would just chalk that one up to a lesson learned, and know that you're more mature than him, and he's fixing to be 30. So it's not going to be a lot lost. So any girl that thinks they have a prize may be a little bit in shock. Yeah, well, he may be telling people he's single, but he probably gonna have two or three. I mean, that's just the way I feel. He is going to play that game, play that game, and all it's going to do is have you in fights. And these days, people will KILL. You know what I mean? Over, and you won't even know that he's got another. It's just dangerous these days for people to play those games. Well, that's what I'm saying. You're 23 and you are already acting way more mature than him. That party life, those cards come out because of like that party life. He likes that. That passion life, that one night stand life, that trying to. And it's more like, I feel like he would use you to pose off for his family, like he was settling down, because I feel like his family is on him, sort of like, you've got to settle down. And that's what he would use you as, like you're the perfect stable. Look, she's 23, she's stable and everything. They're going to believe I'm stable because this girl's 23 and she's stable, and that's exactly. But he would still be doing what he does on with his partying. And so that's the feeling I got. And anybody can change. I'm just saying that I would let him do that away from me. Yeah, they're two opposite people, it seems like, or unless his twin is living like that too. But it looks like they may be two opposite people on that note. And since you told me that, that definitely makes me think he would use you as that for in front of his parents or something, because they're definitely probably giving him a hard time about settling down then and not acting like that. So you don't want to be his scapegoat. You can outsmart that one. You can watch that from the sidelines. After you get done being hurt over it, you won't stay hurt over it long, I promise, because when you see this play out, you're going to be like, oh, thank you. You wouldn't want none of it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and ask your question. Or yes, sir. I'm sorry. I just say yes, ma'am, to everybody. Y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all don't take any offense to that. Look, this pronoun thing is still new to me and what pronouns was. So if anybody is like that, don't be getting mad at me because I really listen to me. I call everybody her just because sometimes I can't pronounce your name, and so I just call everybody her. Nobody's gotten mad at me before. I'm just making sure because some people I know nowadays take offense to that. Like it was a kind of shock to me because I didn't know what was going on. So yes, you can. You can ask as many questions as you want to. Yes. Okay, your guy. Yeah, and I was going to say because I wasn't exactly sure after I looked at your name. I said that's probably a guy. Okay, you want to know what is coming towards you in love. Okay. And yes, Nancy, yes, you can ask another question. As soon as I get done with his, I will answer your question. Ooh. Yeah, you don't ever have to wait. I mean, if we have people in here, then I tell everybody just ask one question at a time. But I don't care how many questions you ask. I don't. I just want to, if we have a lot of people, which right now I'm sure we don't, but that's why I tell everybody just do one at a time. Okay, let's find out what is coming in love. Let's see. Oh, the card went flying. Lord, y'all, these King of Wands cards. Okay. Oh, so you have a lot of passion, it seems, sir. Page of Wands and King of Wands, so that's passion. Social, seems you're very social. And it looks like going forward, you will meet someone that is opposite of you, but that works in most cases. Sometimes a magician can mean different things. This time, I'm not feeling it means anything bad. I think it means that y'all will have all the tools to work. You're just going to have to put in the energy, the time, the respect for each other, and all of that to make it work. And remembering that y'all are two of opposition, not opposition like fighting people, but two opposite people. Say you have all this passion, she may be a logical person that thinks with logic, or emotional. So you have to put all the other things in there, such as the cups, which is the emotions, and the swords, which is the logic and the truth and the thought into the relationship. So all of that will be there for y'all at your disposal. Y'all both have access to those tools. I don't feel like anything is blocking y'all, like mentally or real heavy abuse, if that makes sense to you. So you just have to remember the relationship takes time and work and all of that good things, and truth, honesty, and feel something, say something, don't hold back and think it's going to fix itself. Talking. Yeah, this Wheel of Fortune, that means it can go either way, and it depends on if y'all use all the tools. So I do believe that you will be meeting someone. Passion is fast energy, so I don't think it'll be too long. I would say within the next, I'm probably going to drag it out longer than what it will be, but I'm going to say within the next 4 months. I'm here to the next 4 months that you will meet someone. And if you do what y'all make it work, then y'all can make memories together and have a life. Nine of Cups with plenty of, emotional love and emotional, mental, emotional, what am I trying to say? Your relationship will be good, emotional, logical, every which way. It will be abundance of all of that as long as, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is like an emotional, good mama, good wife, is able to hold on to strong emotion but let go emotionally when they need to let their kids grow, to let things happen. I think that you will be a good protector, defender of your family. And that heart with the thing, it's like Cupid, yeah. Um, and the Hermit is like, can mean alone, but if you see the look on his face, that's funny. I feel like that's what you feel like about being alone. Like that may be a worry that you have, but I don't think you're going to be alone. I think you have, yeah. The Empress is another good card of a lot of times in true crime I'd use it as my victim card, but Empress is a good all around person, emotional, as a wife, a mother, all of that as well. She's also able to be independent, which means she won't have a codependency, which is a good thing. So it looks like as long as y'all treat your relationship like people should, you will have the best of all worlds. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Yeah, basically that's what that is. But she has enough. She has it together every which way with the Pentacles, which is the worldly stuff, with emotions, with logic. It's all of that. So it's a balance, and I feel that's the way you are too, which is not a whole lot of what we see in this world today, with people being balanced in every which way. Either y'all both would have had very, very good lives up to now, or a lot of good therapy. One of the two. So, yeah, codependent relationships. And most relationships nowadays are codependent, like I said. Either you've had really almost perfect lives, or really good therapy, or figured out how to do really good therapy on your own. It seems like with both of y'all. So that was actually a good reading. I hope that helped. And that is funny you had a dream about that, yeah. And like I said, I just say 4 months. Passion with the wands coming up twice, that's a fast energy, but I always just give it a little bit longer. I mean, don't quote me on exactly 4 months. It may be 6. It could be tomorrow. I'm not good with the timing. I just go with like what I feel with that, and then I'll let you know, like I just did. So I'm not real good with timing at all. That will not be anything somebody comes and says in here. Well, you was exactly right on timing. You might come in here and say you were off about a month on timing. So you're welcome. Okay, and Nancy had a question. Okay, need to. I'm sorry, I pronounced your name wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, and so, and the third person. Okay. So you okay. So let's see. So who is the one you have no contact with? And I don't know. I know I'm not going to pronounce that right. Neeraj. And then there's a third person, right? I'm just trying to remember which way am I? Okay, with solitude. Well, but most people want to be at least find somebody, you know. So I think deep down you don't want to be alone, like on the outside. I know you're saying it, nobody but you. You know what you want. I think that that's where you're at with your life now. You know exactly what you want. So, and you don't want codependency anymore. So that's probably. But you are right. The first person that has to make you happy is you. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can find out what is going on with. There's no contact right now, but we need to find out what's going on with the third person. Okay. So is this person involved with the person that you're not talking to in a romantic way, or is that what you're trying to figure out? Are you still in here? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this reading because it will. Yes, I am. I'm sorry. Okay, here you are. Um, yes, that's what I was asking you. Is this person you're talking about, the third person and the person you're not talking to, are you asking what's going on with them romantically? If that's what you're asking, it looks like that the person you're not talking to maybe was hoping something was going to happen with this person, but it looks like this person is more manipulative and maybe more about like passion, one night stand type things. Okay, y'all are in no contact. So, mm, it looks like the third party person. Let me pull another card. Give me just a second. Let me see. That I would read it down like agreed. I mean, I'll be honest. It looks like the third party person is just wanting to cause you and your person. Because the way I would look at this, I don't do these upside down or reverse just because um, I can tell with these like which way they need to be, and I just read them whichever way, even in the right side up. It's just easier that way and not as confusing to most people. But technically, this one would be like a upside down, so it would be like a greed thing. And so to me, the third person is trying to see what they can do. Like that magician should be too, like in a manipulative way to cause y'all problems or cause her your person problems. That's because that page of wands is like an immature energy, and see how they have their hand over their mouth, and it's like I don't know, like I can see kids saying, "Oh, look at that! Look at after they've called something or went and whispered in somebody's ear something, if that makes sense." And that may be why y'all are in no contact, unless you know, unless it was just solely you that closed it off. But I just feel that that third party is manipulative and trying to cause problems. Let's see what else I can get in just a second. Yeah, and that would be like an unfair justice, trying to cause chaos and lack unbalance in the lives and keep them in a mental entrapment. And I don't know if that's because a third party don't like you or if it's because of your person. But it's keeping like your person blind and kind of trapped in. They're not really trapped all the way, but it's keeping the blind eye up. Um, and keeping them from seeing any value that you might bring in. It's making it really slow, like anything that you could bring into your person. It's like they're blocking it. Queen of Swords, and this would be upside down usually. I mean, because that's like the third party, cold with words, lie, manipulate, maybe tell your person stuff that Okay, so hang on. Let me see how he's, because I think she's playing him. That's that Queen of Swords. Yeah, she is playing him. That Magician. Does he, if is he financially stable? Knight of Cups. He's like Prince Charming, and it's like what he can offer her. So yeah, that Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I do think he has feelings for her, but she's like the Queen of Swords in reverse, which is she's not a good person. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, very controlling. Yeah, she's very controlling, very very controlling. He don't see it yet. He's not seeing it. When he does finally see it, he will try to walk away from her or get away from her. Let me see something. See, I don't know if this person can get pregnant or not, but like that Two of Cups there, it's like she's trying to entrap him so that when he goes to walk away, it's like a sad squirrel. He won't because of something to do with that. Yeah, like he can't get away from her. If it's not pregnancy, then it'll be something else. Somehow she's got him trapped. Whether they get like married and nobody knows it, and so he's trapped in like that. And it's all about what she can get out of him, the value of what she can get out of him. So it's some about money. Yeah, and it's going to end up being a burden that he is like a heavy burden, a real heavy burden. And this Ace of Pentacles, it's all about money. Oh God, what it was right there, wherever it was, right here. I knew it'd come out. It's all what she can. That's what she's trying to do, and it is. She's going to be a very pregnancy. That's what I got with this cup. And this is not usually like that. Like this is a cartoon deck. I can't remember. It's a classic cartoon thing. This tarot deck is, but like that little snake thing, it looked like a baby to me, and so that's what it looks like. But it's about something valuable to him, which is the baby, but it's also about money. It's like she's got him trapped. Yeah. He should have defended himself from that. Like he's not gonna be able to. She's going to. Yep. He didn't even see it coming. See, like he didn't even see it. He didn't see it coming. He did. He's not seeing this coming. He didn't see it coming. And it's going to be a give and take thing from him. And it's not. And it's oh yeah. All because he thought with his male body part too, when he could have had something probably with you that was serious and true, and because he is this, you know, um, I think I don't know that he's in love with her, but he thinks she's in love with him. He thinks, yeah, he thinks. I do think he cares about her, but I think he thinks she's in love with him. He thinks she's like, I don't know if she's real pretty or what, but he thinks it's either about money or something valuable. It could also be about the baby, a baby, that will keep him trapped there, is what I'm saying. There's a lot of pentacles coming out. That can be about value or knowledge or something valuable to the person. So, most time babies are valuable to the person, most people, but it's like swords.
He sees her as some kind of, I'm going to pick these up because I'm going to read, I'm going to look further into this because it's weird. It's like he sees her as some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of dream girl. I'm not so sure that that he's in love with her. It's more like, and like, I don't know if the girl's real pretty. This is not saying you're not pretty. That's what I'm saying. Like, all I can see is like a high school thing, like Saved by the Bell, like a popular girl that everybody likes for whatever reason. And so guys, like, they really want that girl. They think that's what they want. It's like a dream girl type thing. So I don't know if it's love with him, but he does think that she loves him because the way she's coming off to him is like this controlling, but he's not seeing controlling. He thinks it's just because she cares about what happens to him, but she wants to control him because with this being a third party situation, I think she knows that you really do care about him and that deep down he really cares about you and you're a threat. So, and anybody probably will be a threat. Queen of Wands, yeah. That is like a social person, popular person, fiery passion, used to getting attention, and this would even be in reverse really with me because thinks she's all that, like, but really she's insecure because she has to control a situation. Um, and that is betraying somebody in the worst ways, like, stick a fork in me, I'm done. That's 10 swords in, betrayed, all of that. That's what she's going to do to him. Now you're wanting, and he's not going to be able to just get away from her. That's the thing. Okay, so you're wanting to know how he feels about her. Okay, give me just a second. I will say, like, I don't get the feeling that it was so much love. I'm not going to say he don't love her now. We're going to pull cards on that. But I don't think that was the reason he got with her to begin with. I think it was more like he saw her in some kind of way that she wasn't. Like some kind of superstar. It's like a weird way. Not that she was a celebrity, but that's the way he kind of saw her. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. She come off. And I think what happened is he completely read that wrong. This is how I'm feeling. She come off as an independent person where he felt like you may have been clingy. He's completely back ass upwards, back ass backwards, basically, because what happened was in his mind, this girl had all this passion, and however he saw her was not really how she was. So she was like putting out energy that was really not hers, if that makes any sense. Like the energy she was putting out was not how she really was, but that's how he saw her and portrayed her. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But I was saying how, because you asked, did he love her or whatever, and I was trying to explain, like, the issue with that. It wasn't love at first. Now, as far as how he feels about you, I'm going to tell you this. This may not, I don't know how good this is going to come out yet because, like I said, I still feel like he does not see the clear her yet. So, but let's get the way we'll do this is what is his subconscious, which means his true feelings. It's not what he would say per se, but it's the true feelings. Okay, balance. Okay. Angle. See, it's so weird because it's like, okay, he felt like you were like a fallen angel and he wanted like a break from you. He wanted to be like the King of Wands, this party person or somebody that didn't come off as like with somebody. But the whole reason, the energy I get for the reason he felt like this is I don't know if this girl approached him maybe you do know about it when she approached him, maybe you don't, but it's like that's the whole reason he wanted to move away from you or act like you were too much for him. Or, I feel like he may have told you were too clingy or whatever. And he, because for whatever reason, he saw her as independent, but she wasn't. It was not really her energy. So I can't really, okay. So the Hierophant come out. So at one point he thought he was going to marry you. So the only way I know how to put this to you is that third party came in between, and that's what happened. It's not that he don't have feelings for you or didn't, because at one point, I mean, that's the commitment, the Hierophant, like he really thought he was going to marry you, but whatever, it's like seeing a superstar in his eyes. Like he thought that grass was going to be greener on the other side. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He saw her as really what you are, because she was being fake, basically. This Nine of Pentacles for her is not really her. That's you, the independent one, sensitive or whatever is fine, but you're more stable than she is. That's why she has him entrapped. That's why she's trapping him, basically, or making it, he will end up feeling trapped because she's not independent. She's very codependent and insecure, but that's not the energy she put off. There's a lot of times, a lot of people do that. Even some people don't even realize they're doing that. Codependency is just like anything else. It can manipulate, and basically y'all were together over here, and he was fine. Like the Hierophant come out, it's like a commitment card. So he thought he was going to marry you. All of a sudden, this person comes up with this energy looking, I mean, I don't know, just literally the way I can see it in my head is like, I'm not sure what country you're in or if you know who Britney Spears is. And I know this girl's probably not a celebrity, but he's hunky-dory over here with you. This person comes in his life and it's like a starstruck type whatever. He was obsessed with her fake energy because that's not who she is. So and even if they know she's pregnant, if she is pregnant, like he still is not seeing the true her yet. It's not going to be long. So I'm not saying that you're not going to get back with him. I'm saying that it's going to be a minute and he's going to have a mess, and it might not be a mess that you even want to mess with, if that makes sense. Because she is going to be, if she's pregnant, it's going to be like this. You can't see this person or you can't see your child. And I can feel that that's the way that's going to be. So that thing of value that I was saying, if she's pregnant, then it's not so much the money. It's that she's going to use that child to control him. So you're going to have to think hard on this as that plays out. And that can change. I mean, really, I don't feel like it will at all just because that energy is strong, but it can. Things happen. But you're going to have to watch this play out and then decide whether you want to be a part of that mess. Because it was up to him. I'm not saying you didn't do anything wrong because nobody's perfect, but I'm saying, though, this is something he completely decided to walk away from with you. You know what I mean? For a third person. And it's not your fault that he felt fake energy and that girl's not who her energy come off to be. She's not the independent one and all of that. And that's probably something you can see now. And especially if she got pregnant that fast, and that should tell you, and he's going to see that. But the question is not going to be so much, is he in love with you? It's going to be, yeah, he cheated on you. That's what I was saying. Like, I could feel that because he was fine with you. This girl walked by and it's like, I don't know, it's like a starstruck thing with him. That's what this was. And he's still in that mode right now. But it's not going to be so much, does he want to be with you? It's going to be, are you going to deal with the mess because it's going to be hell. Because she is going to call him 1,500 times a day, threaten him with his baby. That's the way that's going to be. I mean, I hate when people are like that, period. It does not matter. And I got burnt on my end being nice to my ex-husband. I don't even want to talk about it. He burnt me, lied bad, because no matter what happened with me and him, child support, nothing. that was still my kid's daddy. Like, she did not cause a divorce. You know what I mean? We didn't have those issues, and he still lied on me. So people do what they do. But this girl's going to be one of them, though, that she's going to control everything he does by this child. If y'all are going to be together, he's going to have to grow some balls and get something legally done to see. Oh, yeah, he's going to be reaching out to everybody because he's going to find himself, oh, shit, what have I done? Because when this girl's codependency finally shows real good, he's going to be reaching out to all kinds of people. However, do you want that mess? I mean, is that because it's going to cause y'all a whole lot of problems, because she is going to be calling him all the time and having him come somewhere without you, because she's not going to let you be around when he sees that baby. Yeah. And so it's going to make you insecure because of what's going on. I mean, you've got to think, is that what kind of mess you want? So I'm just trying to mentally prepare you for things that can happen. Oh, I'm sure he'll apologize. There'll be a lot of apologizing. But are you seeing what I'm saying? It's not that he's not going to be sorry. He is going to be sorry. But he's going to be coming with baggage. It's not going to be, she's going to have control over him because he's going to let it. And that for him to be in a relationship that I would even be with him in, he's going to have to get control of that situation first. Because if not, y'all are going to be at dinner. He's going to have to up and leave. Y'all are going to be on a date. She's going to find out about it. He's going to have to up and leave because it's going to be this, that, and the other. And if there's nothing wrong, she will lie and say there's something wrong, if that makes sense. It's going to be, that's what I mean by baggage or something valuable to him. Like I said, it's not money. It's going to be, if she's pregnant, that's what it's going to be, that baby. And yes, you can ask another question. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yes, I'm sure he will apologize to you. I'm sure he will reach out to you. I'm sure that he's going to see what he did, but you know, I can't tell you what to do. I'm just saying that you don't deserve to have to go through hell like that either, especially he cheated on you with this girl. So you go to lay in the bed with something you thought the grass was green on the other side. He didn't do you two right. So even apologizing is not going to, you know, it's just, I do think he's going to reach out to you. I just didn't want you, it's not that I don't want you to be excited, but I don't want you to have a false sense of excitement because it's not going to be like it was before. That's what I'm saying. So you're going into this with the knowledge to know to go ahead and tell him, look, she's going to be, you know, the first time she starts calling him, if you do decide to get back together, it's not that she don't need to call him about the kid. It's going to have to be boundary set from the get. If not, you are going to be miserable. And just because he's got to be miserable because he stepped in that boat, don't mean you have to. And that's exactly what I would do. Work on yourself because, like I said before, I think he's brought you down. It feels like that. And I think you should not feel bad about yourself because that girl does not have it all together by any means. By any means. And he will learn that really, really soon. Okay, I'm glad I was able to help. And I don't like telling people that news, but I'm not going to lie because I don't want anybody to have to go through that. That's not a good place to have to go mentally. But working on yourself, that's what is the best thing I would do. You didn't do it to him. He did it to you. You don't have to live trapped. You're welcome. Okay. And did you ask your question already? Okay, I see it. I'm sorry. Okay, what will be the outcome if I start streaming again? Okay. What will be... Hi, Wifey22B. How are you? What will be the outcome? It's Twitch. If you start streaming again, will it be successful? Oops. Okay. What will be the outcome? Twitch stream. If you start streaming again, will it be successful? Yes, yes, he's going to reach out to you. Oh, you didn't ask me that again. Never mind. Look, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Lordy, 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 I'm sorry. Okay, that was repeating itself. The message was going on around the carousel. Okay, wifey 22B, I will be with you in just one moment. Let's see. Let's find out what will be the outcome if you start streaming again. I'm turning upside down. Okay. Okay. It looks like you're bringing the message and the trying to start the manifestation of like being able to do that Twitch stream again. There's something in the way, whether it's some kind of like the devil card usually means addiction, bondage, but it doesn't have to be like that. It can be something that's bound with your time. Is there something going on with your time that you don't have a lot of time to put into it? Is it it just feels like something that's in the way of you being able to put your time and energy into it. Queen of Swords, Page of Swords. Let's see. That's a commitment card. So what I'm getting with this is if you do the mental work, you know, logically speaking, put commitment into it, then I think it will be successful. But there's going to be something that is, I'm not going to say stopping you, but that is pulling you down to try to keep that from happening, for you to be able to put the time and commitment into your Twitch channel. It feels like you have, I mean, it feels like right now you have passion, but over time, and I don't know if you have ADHD or something, but it looks like over time is something that becomes less important maybe to you, or like maybe one time when you've done it before, that's what happened. So, and the Lover's card coming out in this would be the commitment again. Like it would be something that you have to stay in a schedule to do, if that makes sense. You have to stay committed to it, you know, and putting content out there on certain days or certain times, or, you know, loyal to it, basically. This gives me ADHD vibes, and the reason it does is because I'm the same way. Like I had to make myself do this, because it's like you start out doing something that's really what you want to do, but then it like comes up like a fish in a cup. Like it's like it's something you thought you want to do, but then you're seeing it in a different way, and that's why I said it gives me ADHD vibes. Yeah, that's exactly what I knew it, because that's exactly what that's what this is, and that's why I said ADHD vibes, because I was like that. That's what I did. Yeah, so this is going to be something that you have to make sure that your passion stays with your logic, if that makes sense. Because if it's something you're jumping around and not committed to, it's not going to. Now, you can still do your channel and just do it for fun. Like, and those are the vibes I'm getting, that maybe if you start doing it for fun, it could pick up still, which would make you more passionate and logical about keeping a set schedule with it. I feel like it's one of those type things. It may not happen right away, but I feel like if you just did it every now and then now, when you felt like you wanted to, and maybe not set yourself to the schedule of commitment like that with it, then it still may take off. But if you're impatient and you're wanting to do now, then, it would be something you have to put commitment in. So you're just going to have to weigh your options and see which project would bring you most joy, or that you have time to do the best, and that is going to keep you interested. Honestly, nothing has kept me interested as when I found my spirituality and this stuff. People ask me or say all the time, I can't do that, I'm Christian. I still feel Christian, because Christian to me, the word Christ is in there, believing in Jesus, and I believe in Jesus. It's not that I don't believe in the Bible. I just think that our government has lied and changed everything else in the world, and I think that there was things changed in the Bible that wasn't approved by God. So, and I'm explaining that to you for this reason, because this has been the only thing I've stayed with. I've been doing it for a little over a year now, and my fiance will come here and tell you this is the only thing I've ever kept doing, that I haven't been jumping from here to there. So when you find something that you really, really are passionate about, you will know it, because even with ADHD or jumping from here to here, you won't be able to, because it will be something that you really, it's like your soul. This is what you're supposed to do with your soul. This is what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. And it's why I'm here, to help people. I couldn't figure out exactly how to help people. But this has been a way I've been able to, because I've been ready to commit suicide myself, but and it took me a long time to come out of that. But this gets me excited because I like to help people, and I feel like I can't help everybody, and everybody's not always going to be happy with me. And I've had to, hang on. Sorry, I had to pick up that card and I was away from the mic, but I had to accept that. And I don't really like people. I'm very honest and whatever, but I do care somewhat what people think about me. I've gotten less that way as I've gotten older, but I don't want to do something that would hurt somebody. And that's why I tell people, nobody's going to be 100% right all the time with this. Nobody. Psychics, the best psychics are not, So I'm very careful with how I do this, or try to be, but I've been so passionate about this that I have not jumped from here to there. So what I'm saying is, when you find your passion, your sole reason for being here, you will know it, no matter what kind of ADHD you have. And I have ADHD so bad that the doctor's like, I've never seen anybody in my life that has it like I do. So, and I wasn't diagnosed till I was an adult. So that's the real funny thing. But I have not jumped around with this. This is one thing. In fact, my fiance just told me again the other day, he's like, I cannot believe this is the only thing you've ever stayed on. Yeah, and even if you're an adult, like, listen, I had job after job, and I mean, I have college degrees. Like, I was passionate about things, but I could not stay. It was awful, because I would be good at a job, but I just could not. I just would get to where I didn't like it, and I would be you would think it was going to be my world. And that didn't help my confidence for a while either. But that is something you have to pray, manifest, whatever your higher power is that you call for protection and stuff, and ask guidance for that, to get that. And I believe you'll find it. Wife, did you ask your question already? 1 second, I'll see. Give me just a second. Let me gather these cards up. But yeah, and actually, honestly, too, I was working full-time from home for United Healthcare, actually, and they laid off. So I'm doing this, and I still, I had a page where I was going to do readings and charge, but see, the only readings I charge for are the ones like the shadow stuff I do. I didn't realize what people usually charge for them, because I had this one girl say $40. She said, people charge $500 for these readings. I was like, what? Because they're like 2-hour readings sometimes. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm not doing that. So that's why I tell everybody on here, I do these free readings. I've had people ask for where they can do with tip or donations. That's why I put my Cash App and whatever PayPal thing up there. That's the only reason. The only thing I ask that people do is just like, share, subscribe, whatever, because YouTube has an algorithm thing that they pay on. Rumble and them do, but it's not. YouTube is the main platform I use. I use the other ones because there are some people on there that don't have YouTube or can't have YouTube or whatever. But I didn't start doing this for that, though. The only reason I even ever worried about getting my YouTube where I can monetize it is just because I got laid off. Otherwise, yeah, I just do what I do because I feel like it's my calling. Wifey 22B, yes, you can put your question in there. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. No, let me go back up. It's probably up here. One second. Let me do this one. Okay. And you know what? Twitch, I think you can do video game development or check on some of these social media platforms. But I think it's Twitch now that has, or Stream Elements, which you can stream. That's what I'm on now, streaming. They do like developer stuff too with games. So I would look into that too, because you may get the both of best worlds, the best of both worlds. God, I can't talk. Okay, wifey, and give me 1 second. Let me find your question. Okay, I found it. What's the vibe or outcome of this? Okay. Okay, wifey 22B, is this I'm just asking this so I can get a better energy read on this. JQA to LNV, and you don't have to tell me which one, it doesn't matter, but is one of those you? So I have these upside down. Okay, making sure my microphone was still charged. It can be a pain. I don't know if my stream is on. Oh yeah, I forgot the YouTube one is. Okay. Oops. Okay, what is the outcome of this no contact with JQA and LNV? Okay. What is the okay? Okay, looks like something about you needs to be balanced with everything else in the world. That Wheel of Fortune, it could go either way, and trying to manifest to figure out what to do. Okay. Trying to okay, is he in a situation that is this no contact because of a third party or something in his life that he's trying to balance or figure out? Okay. 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 So were y'all talking and then not talking? Okay, so you communicated your feelings and then did he just quit talking? Um, Okay. The reason I was asking is because this is like weird energy because let me tell you what I'm seeing. Okay. Trying to balance something that's valuable to him, which could be another person, money, I mean, anything, just material things that are valuable. People technically shouldn't be material things, but some people see them as such. So that's why I say that. But anyway, it's something he's worried about. It could go either way, good or bad. It's like it's something that he sat and thought about. He's trying to figure out how to either build this up or walk away from it. Or that this could also be he's got something. I mean, I don't really see a secrets card, and that's what I'm looking for. So I don't really think it's somebody else or something that he was hiding from you that he's trying to get away from. But it looks like he was trying to decide, and it honestly, the way these other cards look, to me, it looks like he was trying to decide after you told him how you felt whether he wanted to manifest, create this commitment, or go away from it. This is a celebration card, like with people, with family, you know. So I feel like y'all are going to communicate, get back together, you know, him tell you that he wants to try to make a relationship work. Pentacles are slow moving energy. So it looks like, and the page is in resemblance of something young. And in this situation, I'm using it as an example of like a new relationship. So it looks like it's going to be something that's slow moving. But it still looks like he's trying to get away from his emotions. He's trying to get away. He's got some kind of emotional, entrapment or something that with commitment. I'm not sure exactly what it is. So now it's like you don't know. That's why this is confusing. So that was him trying to get away. Now that's you trying to get away. So that's why I was like, what is going on here? That makes sense now. Because this is like he went talking, like he quit talking because he didn't know if he wanted to move away. He was trying to figure it out. And now, so I'm like, okay, so it was celebrated. He decided he wanted to talk. It's slow moving, but now somebody's trying to get away. And now, when I looked up, you said that, and I was like, okay, yeah. And there's a lot of emotion. And see, this thing, this cup thing right there, it's got the candle burning, and then it's just like, what? That's the way I just felt a while ago. Like, what is going on? That makes sense. So now it's, yeah, yeah, a lot of emotion, a lot of emotion, a lot of intuition or going with your gut going on. So it feels like you were ready, he wasn't. He was ready, you weren't. And now it just feels like a lot of confusion. Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's like you were ready, but when he kind of backed out and got scared, you're like, wait a minute. I might still want to not, don't have to be technically like legit party, but be, social female that's not attached. Do you have somebody else that it feels like now the Three of Pentacles come out, so that's more like a third party situation? Is there somebody else that you're interested in talking to or that you found is interested in you? Okay, so you want something lighthearted, okay. But I feel like your emotions I feel like it got heavy on both ends for a little bit, and that may be both of y'all trying to run from that. Okay, so but you said you wanted something lighthearted, so that might be why that come out. Yeah, lighthearted. You want to be able to take a break when you want to take a break or step away and not be completely committed. I think because that makes sense too. Keep your options open for when you don't want your options to be narrowed down to just one, and that doesn't mean just one person. I'm not even talking about people. You want to be able to make your own choices about everything. Lighthearted energy. Okay. That's why that come out. Okay, so you want a commitment, but you want it to be where you're still able to make your own decisions, not like as you were single, like you can see other people, but is he more of the old fashioned kind of man, I guess? Like wants to not control everything in a bad way, but control everything. um that's what, and this energy here, like, yeah, this is you still want to have your adventure. So you want a commitment, but you still want that adventure. Yeah, okay. And he's kind of like, if you're committed, you're committed. Like it's more like you have more of an open mind than he does about how relationships or committed relationships can work, and he's more closed minded one way they can work. The Emperor coming out, yeah. Because and when you said that like passive aggressive, this would be like halfway. This way is a dictator. This way is protecting as much as you need to, or being as much as you need to, but still letting you be open minded. Sitting in the middle like that, it's like passive aggressive. I mean, it's either way depending on what kind of mood he's in, which is, that would have made me pull away too. Yeah. Three of Cups. So with this card, Three of Cups, I see y'all being friends. I don't think y'all are looking for the same thing. Now I get the third party. The third party may be just to give me an example of it's not you two together like that, but y'all can still celebrate together as friends, if that makes sense. Instead of it just being two ones. Yeah, because you're still you still have passion of an open mind, creative ideas, of how relationships can be. I think y'all will talk as friends. I think maybe right now it's still, you said there was a lot of emotion there. It could be too much. I see a lot of passion energy. Y'all may even be friends with benefits or something. Later on too. I mean, that's a lot of wands passion. That's a lot. So that's exactly why those wands come out. Okay. I was like, that's a lot of wands. So there's some passion. Okay. Okay. I got you. Okay. So that's why, okay. So y'all are fine. Valentine's Day, whatever. Then you told him how you felt because you didn't want a commitment like that, which made him want to walk away. And then I feel like he might have tried to come back, but like all of this passive aggressive, that's where the walk away with you come in. And then yeah, all these wands, that's a lot of passion. Oh, okay, yes. And the hesitancy with you, that's where this card come up. Your daughter, like that's like a line for you, and knowing where you live because that's your daughter's safety, that's why that come up. That's and that valuable thing with you, yeah, that's yep. Yeah, see that two of swords is like a decision. It's got an X like that you're not gonna make. Like you're not, that's just something you're not gonna cross. Like those swords is just like you're not gonna cross that because like she's supposed to. And in so many cases nowadays that does not happen. So nobody has to thank you for being a good mama, but thank you because we're looking at kids. I do true crime cases all the time. These kids' parents are hurting them, so and or their step parents are hurting them. So that's I get it. Yeah. And the lovers, and I do not see that being you and him. That is your commitment to your kid. That does not always have to be like a intimate card like that. That's what that is. Your dog, that right there drew some kind of line for you because that's not the kind of, that's exactly, because I knew that was some strong, I knew there was strong passion there, but there was strong hesitancy. And that's exactly what that is. Your kid's the line. Yeah. Queen of Swords with a baby. That's funny. Queen of Swords with a baby. No, you're not going to meet my daughter. No, you're not going to know where I live. No, that's your fighting point there. So that gave me chills. So I mean, and I think your intuition kind of told you that it's not like, I think there's good passion there. If that makes sense. There might be good romance in that department, maybe. And I get a lot of urgency from you with that part of it, but because I think he's got too much emotion attached and you're not going to let him that close to your valuable child like that, which I don't blame you at all. That makes perfect sense to me. So, and I mean, it's not saying that it can never happen because you may, like you said, that's just fast and it's too fast for you. You weren't ready for that. So, but I feel like he's into his emotions too much. Kind of, I don't mean to say whiny, but just kind of, I think that's going to be your turn off anyway because he's going to want what he wants. And you have other things that are more important, like your kid and what's going on that will come first. And a lot of men and some women are not good at accepting that. I don't really feel like he would be one that is, I think he wants to be, but I don't think he will be. I just don't feel like it. I feel like he's got emotional issues. Yes, you can ask. Yes, you can. I hope that helped. I think it told you what you already knew, honestly, but I hope that helped confirm what you knew or were thinking. a music career. And that may, honestly, and even if, because when you said that, even if you had to start out doing like, I don't know what you want to do in music, sing or be in a band, whatever, but even if you had to start out managing or helping do something like that, I have strong energy with you when it comes to that because, which we're going to pull cards, but because it would keep you busy and you wouldn't have the time to get bored. Let's see. Give me just a second. We're going to shuffle these a little bit. And if you did a music career, you could also do your Twitch on that too. And also, you could do your video game stuff on the downtime. So you always have something to do. Oh, the Caribbean? Well, you live in paradise all the time. But I do like that reggae style music. If that's not what you're talking about, then I'm gonna feel stupid. That's what I think of when I think of Caribbean music. I like that kind of music. Okay, let's see. A music career in the Caribbean. I mean, I would just like to look at the ocean in the Caribbean. Oh, it's called dance hall? Well, I learn something new every day. I did not know that. I didn't know there was a difference, so I've probably been listening to dance hall music thinking it was, who knows. Okay, there's your passion. Last 2 times. Yeah, and the Fool coming out, okay, that's a good risk. If I felt like it needed to be in reverse, that would be like somebody risking too much, like doing dangerous risks. Hey, well, the minute I learned to talk, risks. But I think that's a good risk. There's some more passion. Fast, yeah, because that's a fast moving career. There you go, the Star. So that is actually a very good idea. Look, the cards even say you will be a star. You will be good at it. Seven of Wands. Yeah, you will have better. The defense card is coming up, but what I get with that is you will have better defense against working with the music and it actually happening for you than the other options, if that makes sense. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, I feel the other options you would still be like with those 3 cups in front of you, you would still be wanting more. You wouldn't be happy, but with the music, it would be better, and I think you'll be successful at it. Yes, because it's something you're going to be passionate about, working hard at, and that's something that even by itself, because that's a wand too, so that's fast energy, even by itself is enough to keep you busy. And there's a celebration card, the 6 of Wands. So yes, I think music will work for you. It may be a little bit slow at first to get going. This is something valuable, that's real valuable, but sometimes it's slower at moving along. And as we know, because you don't become a star overnight usually. So, which I think you have that in your head already. Afro beats. Oh, that's cool. Nigeria. Oh, okay. I know what that is. Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, I do know what that is. I'm sitting here like, I know what that is. I know what that is. I do know what that is. But yeah, and because I think you already know that it won't happen overnight, that you were already like that card coming out. A lot of times it'll come out first to let somebody know, look, now it's going to take a minute to do this, but just come out last because you already know it's going to take a minute. But I feel like it's something you're able to move forward with and get away from the regular beat of the same thing. That's a repetitive cycle of you starting something and then not having passion for it. I think there's enough different entities in the music to keep you busy doing something. You know, there's just so many different things you can do. And that you're able to do a lot of them or multiple of them without killing yourself, if that makes sense. You know, it could be like a different option every day, but it's still the same stability, if that makes any sense. When it come out of my mouth, it didn't, but when it was going through my head, it did. Yes, and that would avert you from the disaster of switching everywhere, the towers in reverse. So it's keeping that everything from falling down around you, which would be like me switching all the time, not being able to find your passion. So I believe that's your answer. Yeah, I think you're smart too. Like I said, with you, it's not so much that you want to be by yourself because you're the only thing that'll make you happy. You just know what you want. So I think that will get you positively. But I don't know. Here in the U.S., these stars are idiots. Just don't sell your soul to nobody for a contract. You know what I'm saying? Like money's never worth that. Fame's never worth that because these folks around here do some bad things. They're all crazy. I've quit listening to any music that's US because all these people, and even UK music, these people do bad things to kids and everything else, and that's how they keep their fame, and that's just not cool. So just don't sell out for anybody. You have natural talent. Just, yeah, even if you have to do it independently, don't sign a contract where you're signing your soul away. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't feel like that you're so in. It's not so much fame to you you're wanting. You really have a passion with it, and it's fine to be famous. It's just these people that sign contracts in the USA and the UK. These folks, look, I didn't know half the stuff I know. I won't listen to none. I'm not listening to people that abuse kids. Like I'm just not supporting that. So I do not. I cannot even talk. I'm ashamed of the UK and the US, and I'm a US citizen, but I'm ashamed of the way people act. Yeah, and that's not what I'm saying. Like you're a good part, and a lot of these people start out good. It's just I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's rituals like that Illuminati. I'm saying that name too. I've been on here 3 hours. Their AI bots have done listened to it. They won't shut me down for this now, but that Illuminati stuff, I guess back in the day when I thought it was real, but if you've seen any U.S. news about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever that man, I can't stand that man. I ain't never liked him. He makes my eye twitch. But all them folks, I mean, I don't even know. It's not even about music to them. And if they were talented, anyway, yeah. So, but yes, I do feel like that's what, um, you have the old time soul that you want to do it for the right reasons. People now do things to be famous. They didn't used to do it for fame. They used to do it because they loved what they did, and they just got famous. You know what I mean? Like it's real different. And I'm not just saying this because I don't just listen to country music. A lot of the true now Garth Brooks and stuff are bad. I didn't know that, but there are some true country artists, and I think there's some true other artists that are not in that stuff. But I listen to Ryan Upchurch. He's an independent person. There's a couple more independent people. They just didn't sign contracts, and so they probably still have their soul somewhere. The rest of this stuff these people have to do, that'd take me out. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't do it. So that's why I'm on here a lot. See something, say something. I said they will just have to come take me out, but they can't take my soul. So That's what I said about Diddy too. I said he thought he took Kim Porter, Tupac, and Biggie out. He didn't shut them up. That's what made him real scared. He thought he was shutting them up by getting rid of them, but what he didn't realize is your soul don't die. And Kim Porter is not resting until she makes sure her kids are okay. And Diddy is really not the worst one. Jay-Z, I think, is worse than him. I think he's a fall guy. I think he's fixing. I don't think he's going to be living in the next 2 years because they're going to take him out as soon as he starts running his mouth. And he's a wuss, so he's fixing to be talking. So much of a wuss, he left his sons there at those houses to get raided while he took his ass on a plane somewhere. So that's not a man to me. So, he's always been like that, though. I was 13, whenever Biggie got shot. So I was a year younger when Tupac did. And I said after Biggie that he did that. And I've been waiting for him to go down that long. So, yeah. And see, the thing with Kanye is, though, he's not crazy. He's not doing that brain stuff they want him to do anymore. When they lock him up, I think they're shocking his brain and stuff. And he was involved in some of that stuff, but I think he realized that wasn't cool because the church he ran was everything but about God. And he realized that too, finally, because I was like, what is this? They almost got him messed up, but now he's not crazy. He's telling the truth. But that's what they've always done. Well, people don't too much think he's crazy nowadays. Used to, they would have. That's what if you look what they've done, that's exactly what the U.S. has done with everybody. Not just him. The Tate brothers, I didn't know anything about them. I thought they were like violent criminals. And they didn't even do what these people, oh my God, that is ridiculous. And it's all because he spoke out. And what he's saying about the government is what they're trying to do. That's what they want to do. And if people don't stand up and say something, the devil will win. So, not win. I mean, I think God wins over everything. But I'm saying, though, God's giving everybody the chance to stand up and do what's right, I think. And so, this Hollywood stuff, I don't care if there's not another actress or actor, all these people getting on here talking about their producers and they hadn't worked. You're fine, wife too. But all these people talking about they haven't worked or whatever, I said, we got veterans over here that haven't worked neither. I mean, all these $1 million actors and actresses should help them out some, but you're going to have to move out of your California mansion. And I mean, I'm not being mean, but they supported and turned their head onto what these people did that were evil. So I don't feel bad for them. Oh, yeah. They are doing that red cow sacrifice. Yes. And it's going to be the devil. Their Messiah that they mistake as the Messiah is not going to be there. That gave me chills too. Is not going to be, and that's what we have to look out for. And that's what I said. There's this song that I listen to. It's like a rap Christian song, but it says, God's coming back. God told me to come back and take every soul that's trying to play God, basically. And that P. Diddy and all them, that's what they do. They've had people knocked out and everything else, and they're trying to play God. And so, yeah, and with the end times, and I'm not sure, I'll be honest, when people ask me about or say anything to me about that too, I don't know if that is a literal thing. I believe it, but I'm not sure if it's a literal thing or a spiritual thing, if that makes sense. I believe in Jesus, yes, and I tell people that because they try to tell me what I am and what I'm not. I was like, listen to me. Let me tell you something. But God gave us freedom of free will. So, and who wants somebody to make them love them? That's that way I explain it to people. Nobody wants to have to make somebody love them. So that's why we have free will. Yes, you can ask a question. Yes. We're watching Russia. Russia's got people, and Belarus has got folks all as a NATO country. Poland, they're fixing to attack Poland. And Lithuania, I think, and all that. There's all kind of stuff going on that we're in a mess. And America politics are to blame just as much. I do it at least once a day, but I've been doing it twice a day because I know that people in other countries are on different time zones. So I'm on Central Time here in the U.S., so it's like 4:06 a.m. here. I'm not usually on it this late. It was Friday night into Saturday, so that's why I was tonight. But I usually so it's 4:06 a.m. here. That gives you what time it is. I usually in the morning time between 9 and 12, and then in the evening it's usually between 6 and 8 that I go live, and I stay on a couple hours. It should, if you're on Twitch, I don't know if you can get on YouTube, but if you sub to me on Twitch, and then if you can go to YouTube and on Twitch, there should be a link to my YouTube in there. But if not, I'll put what you can just put in YouTube. When you go to YouTube, you can search this and it'll come up. And if you subscribe there too, it should tell you when I'm on. And it should tell you my schedule. And most of the time I'm not. I'll put a schedule up. It's not exactly at that time I go live, but I'll leave them up or I'll change the time around and it'll let you know. I'm bad about something will come up and I'm like, oh my God. I put that in all caps, but you can just, I don't even think you have to put the at in front of with the YouTube if you're on YouTube already. If not, then you can just do at that name, like at youtube.com or whatever, and it'll come up. Okay. Yeah. And YouTube's just better at giving y'all notifications too most of the time. So it will let you know when. And since you subbed on YouTube too, when I go over there in a minute, I'll mark you to send you something whenever I go live too. Okay. Go. Let me see your question. Give me just a second. Okay, so you want to know what's going to happen surrounding your relationship. Y'all have not even been talking. So y'all were together, and then did y'all have a fight and stop talking? Hopefully these cards better. Put my glasses back on. I can't see nothing. Okay, so that's the misfortune and problems. It looks like the chaos. And the hardship, it looks like there was some insecurity. Someone feeling rejected, struggling. Let's see. Struggling with the mindset of whatever was going on in the relationship. There's no contact. Angry towards me, still no contact. Okay, so you went to see him. He was angry, and you're not sure why. Okay, it looks like some kind of insecurity. He felt like he put hard work into y'all's relationship or getting to know you or whatever was going on, and it was wasted. So he didn't tell you anything. The reason he was mad. I mean, it feels like he was insecure. It looks like he was doing it because he needed to release the worry he felt like there was some kind of secrets going on, or either he had something going on that. Let me see here. I don't think he had any. I think he's just has. He's kind of immature, is what it seems like. Immature and insecure. Okay. Yeah. The off balance part looks like it was on him. I mean, he just felt, not that you were even doing anything. He just felt insecure about something, or like he didn't trust you for some reason because he was insecure about something. Yeah, see, this is coming out again. This 10 of Pentacles. He was feeling like paranoid or whatever about the security, your roots in the relationship, basically. Like, if you were going to be as serious as he was, I guess. Okay, so he's 36 and he's takes care of a 15-year-old. Okay, that may be where that was coming in at. The yeah, I mean, it looks like there was like passion, and there, it looks like he's feeling grief and loss and regret, um, disappointment. It looks like it was a lack of faith in himself, or doubt. It come from him. It wasn't anything you were like projecting. It was more like he felt that way, but he felt it was him making that, like you said, projecting, like in his own head, basically. Yeah, exhaustion, just restlessness, stuck. It may be that he needed to take a break from this so he could see the bigger picture and release like the heartbreak he was projecting on himself, basically. Um, and he either is realizing or will realize and have ask for forgiveness, and see where he was negative and it was self-talk that made him negative. Frustrated, anxious, struggled, overwhelmed. That's all I think he was really. Lack of trust. That's Yep. And there's the devil, which is not having mental clarity, having some kind of bondage over, it doesn't have to be sexual, it can be anything. And that's the mental unclarity that he had. He was trapped in his own mind. That's the devil energy I'm getting. And his mind was giving him unreliable information, and he mentally trapped himself. That's basically what the cards are telling us. But this moon in reverse is like clarity coming back. He's able to see reality instead of the illusions, basically. It also feels like he felt like he was in a conflict, being betrayed, and he had to win at all costs. But that winning at all costs has to do with a 15-year-old. Yeah, I mean, he sabotaged himself. It has to do, I'm not saying it's right, but it has to do with, I don't know what the past is going on with the 15-year-old, whether the 15-year-old has been in bad situations and that's what he's trying to keep from happening again or something. But he's very protective over the 15-year-old, like majorly protective. to the point where, yeah, he's rejected people, separation, disharmony, breakups, has made arguments, strained relationships, yeah, judgment. And that's him because he's trying to protect the 15-year-old. I feel like maybe he's just overprotective. Okay. And it is, I wouldn't say for no reason. If you look at everything going on in the world today, like, if you're, I don't know if you're in the US, but, oh, and plus he just, okay, two, if he's just started doing it, he's probably nervous about doing it anyway. And also, if you look at everything going on in the world today, we've got kids missing everywhere. So it's a lot. 15 years old, that's a whole lot. So that's probably a lot on them. There, yeah. And it, too, him being a guy, sometimes I think, not all the time, but a lot of times, especially if he just got the child too, I think a lot of that scaredness has to do with he's scared about her or the child, whether it's her or him, I don't know. But yeah, he's scared he's gonna miss something and something's gonna happen. I mean, that's really the feeling I'm getting. He's scared he's gonna miss something, and there's drug overdoses, and there's this and there's that. And like you said, you have instincts, but for whatever reason, it feels like he didn't understand that you understood that, basically. The Knight of Cups coming in is like a Prince Charming. I think that he's gonna realize that, you know, he messed up and he'll reach out to you. He was looking at something that looked like something that it wasn't. That's because he had so much insecurity going. I think he just had a lot at one time and he couldn't handle it, so he didn't think anybody else would be able to. And that's really the way I think guys think a lot of times. That really reminds me of what I can think about this man being. He felt hopeless. He would indecisive,